morning, everybody. I'm glad to see you on this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm the amateur aquaponics guy, and it's about 8:15. I've been up since around 6 o'clock. I'm sitting out here in my garden, me and my 1 cup of coffee, one a day for me. And I wanted to show you guys something that I think I talked about on a previous video. The water level is pretty low on my tank that's directly behind me. I don't have any leaks or anything like that, but the reason why the water level is low is because for the past 2 weeks, I'd say for maybe 2 weeks now, we haven't had a good rain. So with the heat, now that we're back in the mid 80s, with the heat, naturally evaporation, but there's no rain coming down to refill my tank. Normally I don't have to put water in the tank. Every now and then I do, but this particular time, I need to put some water in the tank. Now I'm going to show you something in just a few seconds that I use. It's a certain type of filter, but I'm being lazy today and I'm not going to use a filter because it takes time with that filter, because it's a drip system. It's called a reverse osmosis filter. It's really good if you're doing aquaponics, because it filters out all different types of bacteria and chlorine and other impurities that you don't want, in your system. But today I'm not gonna use it because I guess I'm just being lazy. I'm just gonna fill some water in there from my tap. So I wouldn't suggest that. But again, remember, I am the amateur aquaponics guy. So I don't dive into the science. I learn about it and it's cool, but I'm the kind of person who likes to do the whole trial and error thing. So stick with me and let's see how it goes. So as you can see, the water level is down here. Normally the water level is right here. So it's pretty low. And if you look just to the right, there's my pump right there. And you don't want your water getting so low that it affects the pump, because if air gets in there, you're gonna destroy the pump. So we're gonna refill this with some water. So I have a 3-gallon water jug and a 5-gallon water jug. So far, I put 13 gallons of water, and I put it in the fish tank. The reason why I like putting it in the fish tank is because it lets the water run through the system, gets filtered through. So that's why I like to put it in there. I'm gonna show you something in just a second. So the water level is really high. So the water from down below goes up this pipe through here, down here, okay? And then up here, the water comes out. This is a filter. So the water comes out, and the waste goes to the bottom, and then it comes the water as it fills up, comes here and gets filtered again. It's filtered in here, and I have to change those caps. They're really dirty, by the way. I have to get some new ones. And then that water goes through there and down into the bottom of the tank. And if you notice, the water that's coming out of there, it's a lot faster than the water comes out of there, and that's because the water level is higher in the tank. So right now, I'm just gonna leave it at adding 13 gallons, and just let it level out. And then I'll come back later and see how much more water I need to add. While we're at it, I do want to take a few minutes to explain something, which is the science part of it. This thing works on gravity. So when the water level gets high, it comes here, right? And you saw that, which then comes up here. Now, this is a little bit lower than this. And then when it comes out here, when the water level rises here, this right here is a little bit lower than this. So this goes down into this bucket, okay, which has more filtration. And then this right here naturally is what? A little bit lower than this. And then it lets out to there. So the system, you know, you let gravity do the work. Okay, so when you're building one of these systems, that's what you have to account for. You pump the water to a high point, which is over here. Okay, let the water level rise, have a way to let that water release itself here, right? And then it comes up. The fish waste comes up with it as well, and it goes down towards the bottom. And then as the water level rises again, you have it come out here, down to here for filtration, and out. Like I said, I'm not a huge science guy, but that is the gist of an aquaponics system. Now, it's a whole lot more technical than that, and I'll put some, I think I have some YouTube sites where I learned quite a bit from other folks on my channel. So if you look at my channel in my description and whatnot, you check it out, you'll see those YouTube channels where you can really learn the science of it. I'm just giving you just the basic nuts and bolts. So we're gonna wait a few minutes to see how the water level looks before I add more water. Okay, almost forgot to show you, but here it is, the reverse osmosis water filter system. It's pretty good, especially when you're trying to, you know, take out high levels of chlorine and other bacteria. Now I use it because we have 5-gallon water bottles that we drink from in the house. So we use it for that. And sometimes, you know, like I said, it's really good to use out here as well. But I don't use it that much, but I do use it sometimes. Now, as far as my other system, that's at my second property, I do not use this because there's well water out there at the other system, and the well water has a lot of good things in it. It's not perfect, but I don't use this for my well water system. So this is the reverse osmosis system. If you really, really want to be technical about it and get into the science, this is good to have. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and the water is right here, which is a big difference. Remember, it was way down there. So we did, if I'm not mistaken, 16 gallons. So we have our water back to a decent level. So you've seen what happens when we go at least 2 weeks without any rain. The natural evaporation takes place, you lose water, and the only thing you can do is just replenish it with your tap water. So if you're using tap water, I would suggest that you get a reverse osmosis filter. They cost under $100. I use mine most of the times, but sometimes I just don't use it, just being lazy. But they are good though. That said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out and watching the show. Please come back and continue watching the Amateur Aquaponics Guy. Take care, everybody.